Hello, my name is Elisabeth Salmon, and I'm a PhD student in the Conservation of Cultural Heritage Department at the University of California, Los Angeles. Today I will be presenting a brief overview of traditional ecological knowledge and describing how other fields, such as agriculture, have utilized traditional wisdom to address pest management challenges. I hope to demonstrate how we can learn from our fellow researchers in other fields how to better utilize traditional solutions for sustainable care of cultural collections. Traditional ecological knowledge refers to the shared wisdom of a community relating to the natural environment and is refined over generations. These knowledge systems are strongly tied to specific places and highly dependent on local, often indigenous communities for development and perpetuation. Although we use the word traditional, these knowledge systems are not static at all, but are adapted to suit the changing environment and are therefore quite resilient. Of course, traditional ecological knowledge often contains pest management solutions because reliable methods of protecting both growing and stored food from insects are needed around the world and have been for centuries. It did not surprise me to find a wealth of knowledge relating to pest management in literature focusing on traditional ecological knowledge. However, I was surprised to find so many fields in the natural, health, and social sciences have taken the time to document and examine traditional solutions for pest management. I searched broadly for recent articles that relate traditional ecological knowledge to modern pest management and found articles in 24 journals representing more than 15 disciplines, including environmental conservation, biology, pharmacology, development, and agriculture. These articles did not simply document indigenous knowledge, but called attention to the obstacles and vast benefits of utilizing traditional pest management solutions to address modern challenges. One of the major challenges, of course, is that knowledge is regionally specific. For example, if you consider using plant material as a natural repellent for insect pests, you must ensure that the plant is locally grown, could grow locally, or related plant products can be affordably purchased in your area in order to reap the benefits, which include environmental sustainability and affordability. There are also a number of intangible aspects of traditional pest management solutions that must be properly documented and understood in order to ensure successful applications. So, for example, neem leaves, which have been utilized for centuries in India to manage insect pests, have specific guidelines for how they are successfully deployed. They're prepared by drying in shaded areas, as sunlight is understood to hinder their insect repelling properties. This is just one example of the intangible aspects of traditional pest management that must be understood by practitioners to ensure correct use. The context of traditional ecological knowledge is therefore as important as the content. We can also learn from agricultural studies how important it is to understand educational biases. For example, a study in the Guatemalan highlands found that farmers there were already inclined to use preventive insect management tools. These preventive practices included allowing hens into the field 2 days prior to planting to eat insects that may otherwise harm crops, or to store harvested food in a structure with a tile roof because it better regulates the environment than a tin roof. Because they were already comfortable with this ideology, farmers who participated in this study were much more open to the introduction of new preventive solutions, while remaining suspicious of curative solutions. This is valuable information for us because it is well established that conservators and collections managers prefer preventive measures to negate insect damage by preventing pests from accessing collections areas. It is reasonable that conservators would be wary of traditional pest management practices that take a curative approach, because these solutions may resemble too closely the pesticides that were historically used in museums. In taking on research in this area, it is much more productive for us to focus on traditional pest management practices that take a preventive approach. These might include plant products that naturally repel insects, which could be placed at insect points of entry, for example. Conservators are much more likely to consider these solutions as sustainable additions to their IPM toolkit. Thanks so much for your attention. I hope this presentation sparked some interest in traditional ecological knowledge. I've included my email here, so please feel free to contact me. I'll really appreciate hearing your thoughts and questions.